Assalamualaikum. I will talk about the introduction of the comparison of financial performance. This analysis compare the financial performance of two companies listed on Bursa Malaysia, namely Padini Holding Berhad and Bonia Corporation Berhad, through four category of financial ratio. First, liquidity ratio, to ability to make short-term obligation. Second, capital structure, to level of debt financing and capital structure. Third, asset management, to efficiency to end of asset utilization in generated revenue. And lastly, profitability ratio, to ability to generate profit. The selection of these two companies is significant because although both operate in fashion industry, Padini focus on the mass and mid-market segment with a moderate pricing strategy and high sales volume, while Bonia emphasize the premium and luxury segment with brand value and high profit margin. These differences in business model are expected to influence their financial performance, pattern, capital structure, and asset management efficiency. The analysis aims to identify the financial strengths and weaknesses of each company and evaluate how their respective business strategy are translated into actual financial performance, thereby providing deeper insight into the implication of financial and operational decisions for the investment.
From 2022 to 2024, Padini maintained a very strong liquidity position with high current and quick ratio already recorded in 2022, followed by a share increasing in 2023 and stabilization in 2024. Although inventory turnover declined in 2023, its recovery in 2024 suggests improved inventory control despite a more challenging operating environment. Between 2022 and 2024, Bonia maintained stable but comparatively lower liquidity levels, with gradual improvement in its current and quick ratio reflecting a conservative approach to short-term solvency. However, despite modest improvement in 2023, liquidity efficiency weakened slightly in 2024, indicating greater sensitivity to changes in operating conditions. Overall, Padini shows a stronger liquidity position compared to Bonia. Padini's current ratio and quick ratio are consistently higher, indicating a better ability to meet short-term obligation. In comparison, Bonia liquidity ratios are lower but relatively stable, reflecting a more conservative liquidity management approach that aligns with its luxury retail business model. In terms of cash collection efficiency, Padini performed better with a higher account receivable turnover and a shorter average collection period of around 13 to 15 days. Meanwhile, Bonia recorded a longer average collection period of approximately 47 to 55 days. Although there was some improvement in 2023, the collection period increased again in 2024, indicating slower cash conversion. From an inventory perspective, Padini maintained a higher inventory turnover consistent with its fast-moving product strategy, whereas Bonia experienced lower inventory turnover due to the nature of luxury product. From 2022 to 2024, Padini maintained a short and stable average collection period of 13 to 15 days, reflecting efficient receivable management, while Bonia recorded a much longer period of 47 to 55 days, despite improvement in 2023, indicating slower cash recovery typical of luxury retail.
Next, I will present a debt ratio analysis. Debt ratio is the percentage of assets financed by liabilities, and it is one of the important indicators in assessing the capital structure of a company. Based on the chart, the blue line represents Padini between 2022 and 2024. Generally, a debt ratio below 40% indicates a healthy financial position and a more conservative capital structure. In Padini case, although there was some volatility, it was still within a healthy range, and this indicated a careful leverage management. For Bonia, it is represented by the orange line. It's still considered healthy for luxury brands as it indicates that the company is relying more on equity and maintaining brand stability. A decrease reflects reduced leverage and a more conservative capital structure. Next, for 2024, we can see that Bonia continues to reduce its debt ratio. This indicates a decline in operating profits, which limits the ability to cover interest. However, Bonia still maintains a low financial risk compared to Padini. If we compare the two companies between Padini and Bonia, Padini has a higher and more volatile debt ratio than Bonia. Padini decreased in 2023 before increasing again in 2024, while Bonia only showed a consistent downward trend. In terms of strategy, Padini takes a slightly riskier approach, but it is still in control, while Bonia emphasizes financial stability with low leverage. Although Bonia is more conservative, it still faces challenges in terms of operating profit in 2024. Next, for the time interest earned analysis for Padini and Bonia. This ratio is used to show the extent to which operating profit can cover interest costs. If we look at the chart on the side, both companies show an increase in benefit coverage in 2023, but experience a sharp decline in 2024. In 2022, Padini has a strong interest coverage despite its higher debt ratio, indicating that operating income is sufficient to cover interest costs. Meanwhile, Bonia is more conservative with a low debt ratio and healthy interest coverage. For 2023, Padini not only reduced its debt ratio but also significantly improved its interest coverage, indicating a better ability to meet debt obligation. On the other hand, Bonia only recorded a slight increase in line with its conservative strategy. Finally, in 2024, both companies faced a pressure from a sharp decline in operating profits, which reduced their ability to cover interest costs. Overall, we can see that Padini maintained a slightly stronger interest coverage than Bonia. But the fact is that both companies are still affected by the decline in profit. Next, for the asset management efficiency analysis for Padini and Bonia. As we know, this analysis is used to show how well a company can use their assets to generate sales and profits. If we look at the chart on the side, Padini is clearly more efficient than Bonia throughout the period 2022 to 2024. For total asset turnover, Padini started at 0.88% in 2022 and increased to 1.09% in 2023. However, Padini experienced a slight decrease of 1.05% in 2024. On the other hand, Bonia still remains low. For fixed asset turnover, the gap between the two companies seems more pronounced because Padini recorded is 17.33% in 2022, increasing to 21.33% in 2023, but decreasing to 16.67% in 2024. On the other hand, Bonia is much lower at 3.68% in 2022 and dropping to 2.94% in 2023. But it's continued to decrease to 2.7%. This can be a bit because Padini not only has a higher ratio, but it also reached an optimal level in 2023 before declining in 2024. Meanwhile, Bonia remains low because it emphasizes brand value and customer experience rather than sales volume. Now we can see that Padini is more efficient because of its mass market strategy based on high sales, resulting in maximum utilization of assets to generate income. On the other hand, Bonia has low efficiency due to the nature of its luxury business, which requires large investment in premium location and boutique design, making assets less productive. In conclusion, both companies reached their highest efficiency in 2023 before declining to 2024, indicating challenges in optimizing asset utilization.
I will be presenting a profitability analysis comparing Padini and Bonia over the years 2022 to 2024. This analysis focuses on key profitability ratios such as gross profit margin, operating profit margin, net profit margin, return on assets, and return on equity. For Padini, the profitability trends shows a clear improvement from 2022 to 2023 across most key ratios. Gross, operating, and net profit margins increased in 2023, indicating better cost control and improved operational efficiency. This improvement also led to a higher operating return on assets and return on equity, suggesting that Padini was able to utilize its assets more effectively during this period. However, in 2024, Padini experienced a noticeable decline in profitability. All major margins and return decreased significantly, reflecting higher cost pressures and a more challenging operating environment. For Bonia, the profitability trends highlights consistently strong margins throughout the period, particularly in gross profit margin. In 2022, Bonia outperformed Padini in all profitability measures, reflecting its strong luxury positioning and superior pricing power. Profitability further improved in 2023, with Bonia recording its highest gross and operating profit margins, indicating peak performance. Nevertheless, in 2024, Bonia also faced a decline in profitability, especially in operating and net profit margins. Despite this, its gross profit margin remains significantly higher than Padini's, showing that Bonia was still able to maintain pricing strength. When comparing Padini and Bonia, a clear contrast in business strategy can be observed. Bonia consistently maintains higher profit margins due to its premium and luxury positioning, which allows for stronger pricing power. On the other hand, Padini demonstrates better efficiency in asset utilization, particularly in earlier years, as shown by its higher operating return on assets. Although Bonia generally outperformed Padini in terms of margins, both companies experienced a decline in profitability in 2024, suggesting that the challenge faced by industry-wide rather than company-specific. In conclusion, Bonia excels in margin strength while Padini performs better in operational efficiency. However, both firms were affected by rising costs and market challenge in 2024.
Now, based on the analysis before this, let's look into the recommendations that we can give to Padini. For liquidity, Padini should optimize its relatively high liquidity levels to avoid excessive idle resources. While maintaining sufficient working capital is important for operational stability, excess liquidity may indicate inefficient use of assets. Therefore, the company should balance liquidity management by deploying surplus funds into productive investments without compromising its short-term obligations. In terms of capital structure, the company should focus on stabilizing its leverage position and strengthening its interest coverage ratio. This approach would help reduce financial risk, particularly during periods of earning volatility. A more balanced capital structure will enhance Padini's financial resilience and support long-term sustainability. Next, in terms of asset management efficiency, Padini should enhance both inventory management and fixed asset utilization in order to sustain operational efficiency. Improving inventory turnover would help reducing holding costs and minimize obsolescence, while more effective use of fixed assets would ensure that resources are generating optimal returns. Finally, with regard to profitability, stronger cost control and more effective margin management are necessary to mitigate the observed decline in profitability. By managing operating expense efficiently and protecting profit margins, the company can strengthen long-term returns and maintain financial sustainability. Now, let's move on to recommendations for Bonia. In terms of liquidity, the company should focus on shortening its collection period and improving inventory turnover in order to enhance cash flow efficiency. Faster receivable collection and more efficient inventory management will improve liquidity without the need for additional external financing. Regarding capital structure, Bonia should continue to maintain its conservative leverage position while strengthening its earning capacity to support interest coverage. This balanced approach would allow the firm to preserve financial stability while ensuring sufficient ability to meet its financing obligations. In terms of asset management efficiency, Bonia should place greater emphasis on improving overall asset utilization in order to enhance turnover and operating returns. More effective deployment of assets would ensure that resources are contributing optimally to revenue generation. With respect to profitability, stronger cost efficiency measures and more effective pricing strategies are required to protect profit margins and improve returns. By controlling costs while maintaining appropriate pricing, Bonia can strengthen its financial performance and support long-term sustainability.
I will briefly present the suggested sources of fund for business expenses based on financial analysis of Padini and Bonia from 2022 to 2024. First, retained earnings are a strong internal sources supported by Padini return on equity of 21.41% in 2023, allowing growth without increasing debt or diluting ownership. Second, long-term debt is suitable as debt ratio remain below 50% and Bonia fell to 32.36% in 2024. Although borrowing should be controlled due to declining interest coverage. Third, equity financing supports major expenditures without repayment but may dilute ownership. Fourth, short-term financing supports operation as Padini current ratio of 4.38 in 2024 shows strong liquidity. Finally, strategic partnership allow cost and risk sharing, especially suitable for Bonia. In conclusion, a balanced mix of these sources supports sustainable growth. Overall, Bonia shows a stronger financial position. The company maintains high and stable profit margin, supported by better regional diversification, as well as stronger solvency and profitability ratios. This makes Bonia more attractive to long-term investors. On the other hand, Padini demonstrates strong liquidity and efficient asset utilization, which supports its short-term sustainability in the facial retail industry. However, improvements are needed in cost control and debt management to enhance long-term performance. In conclusion, both companies are financially stable and suitable for business expansion. Retained earnings are the most appropriate option for moderate growth, while debt and equity financing can be considered for largest investment projects. Overall, this analysis enhance our understanding of financial management and support effective real-world business decision-making.